The remaining GOP contenders will be campaigning for the votes of evangelical Christians at what's called the Values Voters Summit opening tonight in Washington. Time was Republicans could count on those votes, but that was then, and this is now. It's a new kind of political holy war for the hearts and minds of the roughly 50 million evangelical Christians in this country. Do you believe that evangelical Christians are still the domain of the GOP?
No. I think things are changing dramatically. They're up for grabs. Their votes are in play.
Evangelicals became a potent political force during the Reagan Revolution.
I want you to know that I endorse you.
Politics supplied the perfect bully pulpit for their conservative viewpoints, emphasizing two issues above all: opposition to gay rights and abortion rights. For more than 2 decades, their support at the polls has been critical to Republican victories. But that may be changing, and many younger evangelicals are behind it.
But a whole generation says, no, there are more than two moral values issues. There's Darfur, there's global poverty, there's climate change, there's human trafficking.
And in this new agenda, the old issues aren't as prominent. A new CBS News poll out tonight shows that abortion and gay rights aren't even among the top 4 priorities evangelicals want presidential candidates to discuss. In fact, healthcare and Iraq dominate, which creates a chasm between progressive evangelicals like Jim Wallis and more traditional leaders like Richard Land.
Why were the followers of the Prince of Peace the easiest ones to convince to go to war in Iraq?
I believe that when people are at war with you, it's best to be at war with them.
We are doing spiritual warfare and battle here.
Land also thinks the two issues that united evangelicals shouldn't divide them now.
The protection of the sanctity of human life from conception to natural death and everywhere in between. Secondly, protection of traditional marriage.
But our poll shows that poverty trumps abortion as an issue evangelicals care about. In fact, Jim Wallis believes the term pro-life should be redefined.
If I'm an unborn child and I want the support of the far religious right, I better stay unborn as long as possible. Because once I'm born, I'm off the radar screen. No health care, no child care, no nothing.
Different priorities may mean a new acceptance of a new kind of GOP candidate. Current frontrunner Rudy Giuliani, who would be the first Republican nominee in 3 decades to support abortion rights, is almost tied for first among white evangelical voters. If Giuliani succeeds, Land says the party might be over, and a third candidate, a real social conservative, could emerge.
It'd be like asking an abolitionist to vote for a pro-slavery candidate. You just can't do it.
Support for abortion rights isn't this year's only GOP heresy. Candidates like Giuliani, John McCain, and Fred Thompson have trouble even talking about their faith and their church attendance.
Don't attend regularly.
The most important thing is that I am a Christian. I don't have anything else to say about the issue.
I'm not running for a religious office.
Meanwhile, social conservatives may not attend this election if their enthusiasm for the candidates doesn't improve. 40% of them say they are less excited about going to the polls this time. Once a Republican mainstay, values voters could become the new swing voters. And at this point, it's anyone's guess who will convert them.
God is not a Republican or a Democrat. And people of faith shouldn't be in any party's political pocket.
The Values Voters Summit goes through Sunday. So far, every major GOP candidate has agreed to appear. When we